We're going to talk about AAA gaming. We're going to talk about Warner Brothers. And I never thought this will continue to get worse. It's just all gone down over the years. There was a time when you would say AAA gaming and you knew you were going to get a masterpiece of a game. This is mad. This caught me by surprise because I'm just shocked at where AAA gaming has gone. So Warner Brothers reportedly cancels Wonder Woman, closes Monolith and other studios. So Warner Brothers confirms reports and it blames strategic change in direction. The Warner Brothers has confirmed reports of Wonder Woman's cancellation and the closure of 3 of its studios, Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and Warner Bros. Games. San Diego, calling the move a strategic change in direction. We have had to make some very difficult decisions to structure our development studios and investments around building the best games possible with our key franchises, Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, DC, and Game of Thrones. The publisher wrote in a statement to Kotaku. Are they even still going? After careful consideration, we are closing 3 of our development studios, Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and Warner Bros. Games San Diego. This is a strategic change in a direction and not a reflection of the teams or the talents that consist within them. The development of Monolith's Wonder Woman's video game will not move forward. Warner Bros. Continued. Our hope was to give players and fans the highest quality experience possible for the iconic character. And unfortunately, this is no longer possible with our strategic priorities. This is another tough decision as we recognize Monolith's storied history of delivering epic fan experiences through amazing games. And I know a lot of you are talking about the Nemesis gameplay trademarked as well until like 2036, which we're going to come to. And this is where I think this gets so damn corporate. We greatly admire the passion of these 3 teams and thank every employee for their contributions. As difficult as today is, we remain focused on getting excited about getting back to producing high quality games for our passionate fans and developed by our world-class studios and getting our games business back to profitably and growth in 2025 and beyond. And I can't read. But the way they say get back to profitability, just the way they worded that, we want to get back to profits. That is such a corporate word. We want to get back to making money. And this continues. Warner Bros. Head of Games and Streaming JB Perrette went into more detail about the closures and cancellations. So the quality of many of our new releases has really missed the mark. We need to make some substantial changes to our portfolio, team structure, if we are to commit the necessary resources to get back to a fewer but bigger franchises strategy. So Monolith Productions was the longest running of the 3 studios hit by Warner Bros. Founded in 1994, it developed an impressive portfolio of acclaimed titles over the years. The Operative, No One Lives Forever, Fear, Condemned Criminal Origins, and Middle-earth Shadow of War. Warner Bros. Games San Diego was founded in 2019, while Players First Games responsible for the ill-fated free-to-play Multiverses. That shouldn't have been a free-to-play game. That was established in 2021, hasn't revealed how many employees will lose their jobs as a result of this strategic change in directions. This was going to be a single-player story-driven game. I think everyone was actually excited for this because I would have been very, very happy to see a Wonder Woman game. This would have been very, very ambitious. So listen to this. Cancelled Wonder Woman game PS5 game was gorgeous and expansive. So we'll never get to play Shadow of Mordor. Developers, Monolith's take on Wonder Woman because the game has been cancelled. But the writing on X, consultant Gail Simon said that the game was gorgeous and expansive. It was beautiful to look at. I'm not going to give details for a number of reasons, but every effort was made to make this not just a great game, but a great Wonder Woman game. She then went on to praise the studios, calling it a dream team of developers. Everyone who worked on it brought their A game, programmers, artists, designers, everyone. I don't know that I have ever worked with a team that cared more about making sure the end product was perfect. Warner Brothers have been in a bad spot for a long time. We don't need to go on. Free-to-play multiverses, the microtransactions when the full game came out, Suicide Squad. I feel like we have an idea why AAA gaming and gaming in general has just gone down the toilet. We're going to come on to why people are even more upset about this, which I'm not too familiar with this. Warner Brothers finally secures the patent for Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis system. So everyone's going on about this because the publisher could maintain the rights to the series' signature mechanic until 2035. And I do hate it when game studios, they take these gaming mechanics and they basically say, no, you can get done for copyright on this. The problem with this, games, to expand on games and new games, They are going to be similar to other games. This has been patented till 2035. The Nemesis system is that the enemies can remember you after you die. So Warner Brothers Entertainment has been issued a patent for the Nemesis AI system found in Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and its secret. This is crazy. According to IGN, the patent protects the Nemesis characters, Nemesis thoughts, social vendettas, and followers in computer games. So this encompasses a hierarchy of procedurally generated NPCs that interact with and remember the player's action, which you just said. The patent also covers changes to the NPC's position in the hierarchy, as well as their appearance and behavior, again, based on the actions of the player. It includes the social conquest battles from the 2017 sequel Shadow of War, which allowed players to use the NPCs to defend their own strongholds and attack those of other players. The patent will go in effect on February 23rd, which is just gone, and providing they continue paying the fees, could be maintained until 2035. Wow! And this is what I mean. This is one of the very small reasons why I feel like AAA gaming is run by a bunch of corporates. They don't want the best for gaming. They don't want the best for longevity and the ambition and creative of future games. They're like, no, lock it away so no one could use it or no one can get help in the industry and make even better games. Studios are still able to create their own systems that are similar, but have enough distinct aspects to stand out, such as the mercenary system seen in recent Assassin's Creed titles. What's crazy is that when you look at Pokemon and Power World, and you look at the mechanic of throwing the ball from Pokemon Arceus, we all thought that were going to get sued because of the PALs. And I believe it wasn't, if I'm correct. It was due to that mechanic of throwing that ball. And I do believe, if I'm not wrong, they are looking to correct. If not, they have already corrected that mechanic. Something so minute where that got a lot of hype early on. And it's just like the fact that you cannot use that. To be fair, it's feasible. Other studios under the publisher's umbrella could use the system in the future. A sequel to Hogwarts Legacy could leverage it, for example, or even an upcoming Batman game. But realistically, with Monolith closed, it seems unlikely the system will be revisited for a while. So it looks like they won't even use this in a future game. It's just locked away. I don't know what is going on with AAA gaming and Warner Brothers, because first of all, they've invested in live service games, mobile games. Why on earth would you have invested that much money into Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? As soon as that was announced, everyone was just, what are you doing? And I feel like this deserves its own video with AAA gaming. Gaming used to be the place of escapism. You know, you would have amazing developers. You wouldn't have any of this politics. It was just all about games. Nowadays, AAA gaming has become so corporate. First of all, it's corporate, greed, and they're following trends. How many studios have followed so many trends because they want that live service money? Sony are only now backing down and turning. They're literally trying to reverse that car the other way because they realize, wow, Concord, who asked for this? It's not even about the audience anymore. It's not even about the gamers anymore. Ben Studio were working on a live service game no one asked for. Blue Point Games were working on a live service God of War game no one asked for. The corporate world of gaming has become so far apart from us. Never did I think there would be this many closures, this many layoffs, but I feel like this is needed. Developers, talented developers are going to suffer. And now you're getting rid of all of these talented developers. You're trying to take these developers and be like, you need to make a live service game. To throw more salt in the wounds, most of the developers reportedly laid off from the Callisto Protocol studio, Striking Distance. And we know that there was, but this was literally 3 a.m. Striking Distance Studios has been hit with another round of layoffs. Parent company Krafton has confirmed, claiming that the studio remains operational and that these further cuts will not impact any in-development projects. So there's been more layoffs. The publisher provided a statement. So this was the statement. Most of the developers were laid off. Lots of layoffs, said another. Krafton's statement reads, Striking Distance Studios has reduced the size of its team to remain agile, which creates a substantial environment for the studio at its current stage of development. The studio remains operational and these changes will not impact any planned ongoing support. No further changes are planned at this time. And as we all know, in 2023, there was a round of layoffs. And then later that year, the CEO and creator of the original Dead Space left to pursue new opportunities. The Callisto Protocol, guys, that was a really good game. It's gaming in general. The price to make a AAA game is astronomical. The quality of these AAA games, it's not AAA. You got games like Ubisoft with their quadruple A pirate game, Skull and Bones. The quality has gone so far down, and I think it's definitely down, partly as well, people running game companies that don't know what they're doing, extreme budgets for gaming, and DEI. And if anyone doesn't agree with that, there's no impact from DEI to why these games are such bad quality, you got to think again. If you are hiring people based off their color, their gender, out of their 72 genders, and you're not thinking about how can they make this game? Are you hiring the best person to make this game? Or are you doing it to hit a quota? Because the higher ups are saying, well, listen, we need to make sure we hire X, Y, and Z. You've got people that don't know how to make games and they're being hired. And one example I will give you guys, which I saw this a while back. I heard this a while back. So some of the developers from Warner Brothers, I believe, went to EA to make a Black Panther game. And I do believe that game is still being made. But when I looked at this article today, and this was from a while back, from around 11 months ago, I couldn't believe what I was reading. The lead designer of Black Panther video game, or the woke leader, admits she doesn't hire white people because it's hard to work with them, as she wanted to create a safe environment. Some of these developers actually moved from Warner Brothers. An associate narrative designer at EA, owned Cliffhanger Games, made the comments in 2021 when she was working for a different video game named Validate, which follows 13 characters in Jersey City. The comments have gone viral. This was 11 months ago. And this is a developer. As a team of people of color, we have no white people in our team, she says during a talk at the game developments. I did that because I want to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. Wow. This is part of the reason. Here we go. The Cliffhanger leader's former studio, Monolith, announced a Wonder Woman game. Who are hiring these people? DEI has sneaked its way in to gaming, and you've got people like that, racists. You've got people hiring, but hitting a checkbox. We have forgotten you have to make a good product. And some people might disagree. You might get comments, why have you brought this up? Listen, I brought this up because AAA gaming, we can't escape this conversation of where AAA gaming has gone. We've seen it in movies. We've seen it in Marvel. We've seen it everywhere. Yeah, no wonder it's a mess. So many factors, but this is one of them. If I'm correct, this is a AA game. And this is one of the best, I believe, AAA games I've ever played. You know, gaming used to be a place you escape reality. If this Black Panther game is still being made and she's not been sacked, the gaming industry needs to rot and it needs to rebuild itself again.